Hi, my name is Melissa Daniels and I have strabismus. Strabismus is when your eyes don't point in the same direction, kind of like this. I've been working really hard the last 3 years, getting my eyes to work together and look straight. And now for the last 6 months, I've been helping people like you to find a vision therapy office or a strabismus surgeon who can help them get the same results. Now I do this through a consult over Zoom, and I have a whole process that I use for finding the right provider. I don't just Google vision therapist near whatever city you give me and then send that to you. I actually have a whole process that I go through to narrow down whether it's a good office or not, and there's a whole list of qualifications that I'm looking for. So I figured I would just share that with all of you because you could totally do it too. It does take time. And I actually have a really amazing offer that I'm giving at the end of this video, and I'm gonna give you a secret. It's free. So keep watching to the end to get to that. But first, I'm gonna teach you how to find a vision therapy office on your own that is going to give outstanding vision therapy. So first, you've got to figure out who is doing the therapy. The way most vision therapy practices work is that you go in and you do the initial testing with an optometrist, and then they hand you over to a vision therapist, and those are the ones that are actually doing weekly sessions with you, doing the actual therapy. And then like every 10 to 12 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks, you'll check back in with the optometrist and have a progress check, and they'll maybe tweak the plan of care that they've given to the vision therapist. Anyways, so that can be a huge deal. Like for me, I've been working with my optometrist for the whole 3 years, right? I never even worked with a vision therapist actually until last week was my first appointment with the vision therapist. And she was fabulous. But it makes a difference because as sad as it is, like anyone can say that they're a vision therapist. Anyone can say they practice vision therapy. There's no like law that is governing that. And so you have to be careful to make sure you're not getting somebody who has no experience. For some of the easier diagnoses, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's pretty straightforward. You follow these steps. I think of my husband's a physical therapist, so I think of it in terms of what he does. Most any physical therapist that you go to can do post-surgery rehab. It's very like cookie cutter, like, okay, they had a knee replacement. Now they do exercises XYZ for 12 weeks, 3 times a week, and then they'll be better. And it works like every time, and it's kind of just clockwork. And then you've got your headache patients, and that's what he treats. And it's like every single one is a totally different case, and you have to completely tailor the plan based on like their background and everything. So strabismus is going to be more like the headache patient, and maybe convergence insufficiency is more like the post-surgery rehab, right? So some cases you don't need to have like this like super intense, like been working for 10 years in the field and done all the strabismus things. Like not everybody needs that. But if you have strabismus, you definitely are going to need somebody who is more, you just need to make sure you have someone who has more experience. So that goes into number 2, and that's just seeing what qualifications that they have. And that can kind of help you. You know, you'll probably call the office and they'll say, okay, yep, our vision therapy is all done by vision therapist, or it's all done by the optometrist. And then your next question is, okay, what qualifications do they have? For an optometrist, the letters behind their name are OD, right? If they graduate from optometry school. And then there's a lot of things they can do after optometry school to just make themselves a better optometrist. And so one of those things is called, now I'm going to forget it, the College of Vision Development, a COVD or FCOVD if they're a fellow. And basically the College of Vision Development, like I feel like I'm getting that wrong. I might be, but COVD, that's what it is. It's all about vision therapy. And so they offer this extra certification that requires like 1 billion hours of continuing ed and in-office practice under the tutelage of someone who's a really big expert. So that's kind of like, to me, a basic necessity if you're going to be an optometrist practicing in vision therapy, that you have an FCOVD or a COVD. That being said, there's always exceptions. So don't find an office and they are like perfect in every way, but they don't have those letters. Then that's okay. Like not every optometrist who's good has gotten that certification because they're busy practicing vision therapy and doing amazing things and they didn't need it. But it's just something to look for, right? You're just looking for these things. Okay, do they have certifications? Have they done continuing education? There's another one that they can get for Syntonix light therapy, which can be really powerful for a lot of people. So you can look for those initials behind their name. So just kind of keep your eye out. There are definitely optometrists who go get their COVD and then they don't really practice vision therapy and they're not good at vision therapy. So it can go either way, but it's something to look for. And then for vision therapists, this is where I feel like it makes an even bigger deal because usually you're doing therapy with a vision therapist. What kind of certification do they have? Most vision therapists go through like at least a 3-month training. It's like videos and things like that that teach them how to do vision therapy. And then they are also working with the optometrist. But if you find one that is a COVT, so with an optometrist, it's COVD and vision therapist, COVT, I think it means they've worked for 2,000 hours under an optometrist who's an FCOVD, and they've done like 1 million courses and all the things, and they are usually like stellar. Like I've never heard of a COVT that wasn't just like top notch, so good at what they do. If you find an office that has COVTs, I wouldn't look any further. Just go there. They're going to be awesome. I guess there's always exceptions, but to me, that is like top-notch vision therapist right now. There's not very many of them. You can ask a question that I always ask when I am calling these offices and kind of like feeling them out for people that schedule Zoom calls with me. I always ask, do you have any COVTs at your office? And if they say no, I say, is there anyone working on it? And some are like, yes, we have one. She's 2 months away. She's so close. And some are like, I don't know what that is. What are you talking about? I'm like, ooh, red flag. So it's just some questions that you can ask and get a feel for the office. And really, it's not like if they answer yes, that's good. If they answer no, it's bad. It's just kind of helping you get information. So that's another question to ask. What kind of degrees and what kind of special certifications have they gotten? Last, just find out if they're specialized in vision therapy. My favorite way to do this, and maybe it's too simple, is I just go to their website and I look at the homepage. Is it full of like stock images of glasses and people in fancy glasses and it's all very stylish about the glasses? If it's all focused about glasses, they're probably not like specialized completely in vision therapy. Again, it doesn't mean it's bad, but it's just something to be leery of. Can you even see what their like vision therapy information on their website? The offices that are completely dedicated to vision therapy, it's all over their website, and they might be talking about reading difficulties. And anyways, you can kind of get a lot out of what you see on their website. You can also call in and say, do you offer, what kind of eye care do you offer? Usually, I would say I don't know. It's hard. There's no, like I said before, there's no like always and never, but most of the time, if they are all focused in on vision therapy, they probably aren't going to be offering glasses. They'll say, nope, go somewhere else for your glasses. I'm just here to do therapy. And that's when you know you've got someone that's truly specialized in that. And then also you can ask if they treat adults, or if you have a little kid who's really little. A lot of offices won't see patients below 5 years old, but you can ask and just find out, do you specialize in little kids with strabismus? Do you specialize in adults with strabismus? Have you treated a lot of adults? If you live in a small town like me, you're not going to have options. Luckily, the office I go to is awesome, but I think there's only 2 offices in this area that offer vision therapy. And so you might not have a ton of options, but if you live in a bigger city, there are options, and offices are likely going to be specializing in children in reading, or they might specialize in traumatic brain injury, or they might be like a neuro optometrist. Those, like the neuro TBI ones, are going to be better with strabismus, I think. I mean, this is like my personal opinion, right? From just like what I've seen, what I've experienced, talking to different optometrists, getting tips and things from different offices. This is kind of what these are the conclusions I've come to. And then last, I always ask what kind of technology they use in the office. And I'm not trying to trick anybody. I just kind of want to know their style of vision therapy. There's different styles and they can all be amazing, right? They all can be very successful, but do they have a style, or are they just kind of going through the motions? And so I'll ask, what kind of therapy do you do? What kind of technology do you use? Do you use Vivid Vision or Optics Trainer with virtual reality? That can be really, really powerful for people with strabismus, especially if you're suppressing one eye. So that was so instrumental for me. Technology isn't everything, but it's definitely something. Do they have a 3D TV and do VTS for, I think that's like vision therapy systems? I can't remember what it even stands for, but there's different programs, home therapy system. They have different things they'll send patients home with to do on their home computers, or like I said before, the virtual reality. So just ask about that. What do they do and what are you expected to do at home? All of this is going to paint a picture of the office. Now, you might not know exactly what you're going for because you might not be as experienced in this field, but you can tell a lot about a person as they're answering these types of questions, and you can just get a feel if their therapy is going to match what you're looking for. Now, if you want this all in writing, you can go to strabismussolutions.com/findingvt, and you'll be able to see the whole article with all of these details. I also have a list of links for different countries. So if you live in Canada or United Kingdom or United States, wherever you live, there's different websites that you can go to actually search for a great vision therapy office. So that's all in that article. And then also, if you go to strabismussolutions.com/findvt, so no ing, just find VT, you can give me your name and email and fill out a little form, and I will help you find a vision therapy office for free. And this is only until June 1st, 2022. And so you basically just tell me where you live, what your condition is, and I will do the work for you. And then I will just send you an email with between 1 and 3 vision therapy offices that I think might be a good fit or a place for you to get started as you are looking. And if you don't want to wait, you can always schedule a consult with me and do this over Zoom. And that does cost money, but it's totally worth it. It's at strabismussolutions.com/consult. And that's for people who want to go more in depth about what their condition is, what they're experiencing, and I can help them decide and gauge whether vision therapy or surgery or what direction would be best to start off with. And I also help find offices for those people. So anyways, those are the 2 options. I'm super excited about this, a little bit nervous that I am getting myself into quite an exciting fix, but I'm excited for it. Go check it out, fill out that form, and let me help you.